You never know what you're going to encounter when you go off-roading out here in the deserts of California, and a couple weeks ago when we did Cal City, it was no exception. So a couple weeks ago we went out and did a nice run where we started off in Lucerne Valley, went through Barstow, and ended in Cal City. We took a couple of guys out, had a lot of fun, you know, went on some choice trails, and as typical, something happened to me. I got stuck. And it wasn't the only thing that happened. I got stuck and I broke some parts on the truck, but more on that later. But I got stuck all the way down the rails. It happens. I think we've all been here. Luckily, the guys were here and I had the gear, so we were able to get the truck out.
We're good. Run the road. There you go.
I think the theme of this trip was random stuff. I can't believe all the weird stuff we find. This we found right at Kramer Junction at the halfway point. Some weird sculpture thing with pontoons. Yeah, whatever that was. All right, back to the run. So we ended up going from Kramer Junction to Cal City, went on some of my favorite trails, spent some time on the loop, which is a lot of fun, but everybody always gets competitive out there. I don't know why, it just all comes out. But on the way back, the same trail he had just passed all of a sudden had this bumper on there. Had no clue where this bumper came from. This trail was perfectly clear on our way up, so not sure what was going on. And then a few miles down the road, we ran into this guy.
Just silence. RPMs dropped flat because it just something stuck it. I hope that there's like no serious damage in there.
Well, we'll at least get you out.
Yeah, if you get me out, I can get that.
So this guy was driving in the same direction we were, and somewhere along the line, I think he got a flat and he kept driving. He ended up ripping off his bumper in the process. Not much of the tire was left, not much of the rim was left, and I think he just caught something and eventually just turned the truck all the way around. Now my son and I figured we guys needed a dramatization, so we put this together for you guys, including a slow motion dramatization. We found out later that he kept driving on his tire because his spare was flat, so he had no option. He had to keep driving. All right, I got mine, so once we get him out, we'll get him lifted up. Look at that tire on that side, dude.
Yeah, I saw it's gone, man.
It's gone. So this is that bumper we saw earlier, too. What's that?
Where'd it go?
That's a good question, man. But you could see he was traveling this way and it caught and it just swept him around. So our plan was to pull him out and break out the compressors and get some air in that spare tire and get him rolling so he can at least get some help or get back to wherever he was going. Once we got him out, we were able to get a closer look at that front wheel, and man, this guy had been riding on this for a while. There was nothing left of the tire, and the rim was on its way. I mean, and half the parts of the tire were actually wrapped around the axle too, which is kind of crazy that this guy was able to drive for so long. I mean, from the time we found the bumper to here, it was easily probably 3 or 4 miles, and he probably drove on a flat. It's crazy. Now, some of you guys may be wondering why we helped this guy. And, you know, I'm a firm believer in karma, man. If you're off-road, out in the middle of nowhere, you gotta help each other. And that's what we did here. You know, we used my jack to kind of get him started. We had to borrow Boris's jack. He got his out so we can get him up high enough because he was so low to the ground. Kevin helped out by getting his deflated tire filled up and also got his dogs. He had 2 dogs with them, and we got those dogs inside of Kevin's truck and some air conditioning so they wouldn't overheat. And Mike even helped out by taking off his old tire and helping us out just to all get it up, man. And it really goes to show you, if you roll with the right people that have the right mindset as you do, it's fucking great, man. Because we all help each other, and that's what we got to do in this hobby. We got to help each other. Look at that. And this was our first look at the damage. I mean, I was blown away, man. I can't believe this guy ran this truck for so long on a flat. I mean, just the damage on the rim alone was crazy, but just seeing all the stuff just wrapped around his wheel and everything, I mean, it's just crazy. I don't know how he made it. I don't know how he did this without damaging all his lines. He got lucky. None of that took out any of his lines, man.
What was he saying? What was he doing?
He just said he just got cut. He's trying to get some water. How much you want to bet from back there to here? That wasn't too bad at all.
I thought it was going to be like a knot. You know how they do safety wire? Nice and tight.
You got lucky, dude. You could have taken out all your lines right there and you would have been really screwed.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
20 hours.
That should be good to put the tire on. Do you want to try putting the tire on there?
Just tell me if I need to go higher or lower.
Yeah.
There we go higher? Right there, Ethan. Right there. No more. That's a great deal, dude.
Just do it in the coach. I gotta get a bypass ramp.
How much does that jack weigh?
It's not that much, like what?
I could carry it.
Considering the regular one, we weigh about 50 pounds. That one weighs only about 70 pounds. If that. Yeah.
No, I can carry that.
Ours is the flat bottom one though, not the big wheel one. I don't necessarily trust the big wheel ones. I have a feeling that
like, yeah, they're very.
They walk away.
Yeah.
They walk away.
That.
If they start putting away the cord. Get a hat too, please.
Set it down or...
Go ahead and set it down, dude. Might as well.
Yeah, we're gonna set it down.
Set it down slowly.
Better go get his license plate.
Oh shit. We're gonna have to use this jack.
No, it's stuck in there.
You want to use your extension or no?
No, we'll be fine with that. We just need to get it up just enough to get it out.
Oh,
Your jack's too big.
You got it in, so we can get it out.
Never had
Try it
that.
now.
Keep bumping.
Keep going.
Yeah, you gotta actually lift it.
Okay. We good.
Kind of a good thing we had both jacks, dude. It works out.
I used to carry a farm jack with me, but that thing's too big.
All right, give it a try, man. Turn it on and see if it'll roll.
It's actually not that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised. That's lighter than I thought it would be.
Go ahead and put it in the back of the truck, Ethan. You're good.
Yeah.
You need to frame that shit, dude. That wheel, that needs to be framed.
on the wall.
Now, this isn't the first time we've actually used some random strangers. We helped this guy out last year in the Mojave. He got stuck in the sandy section, and we knew we could get him out. My truck shouldn't be able to, but with the right gear, I know we could. He didn't let us do any hard tugs initially, so first I had to prove to him that I can move his truck, and then eventually he let me do a nice hard tug, and I was able to get him out. But really, the point of this video, guys, is if you're out there and you see somebody that's stranded, don't just drive by. You don't know what the situation is. You don't know if they have any people coming or not, or how far away help is. So make sure you stop and help out and try to get people out, especially when we're out in the middle of nowhere. And you know, try to ride with people that have that same mentality. All the guys that came with me this past run had that same mentality, and I love riding with those kind of people, man. You gotta help each other. We gotta let that karma keep going. Now on this run, it wasn't so perfect. After we helped this guy, I ended up suffering some more damage. I damaged my front axle. The boots gave out. Both of my front boots are out now, so I had to get new axles, and we suffered quite a bit more damage. But we're gonna leave that for another video, so stay tuned as we give you guys an update on the truck and all the damage that we suffered recently. And thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one.